hated that they missed it. And so, but they have a hard time coming to the USA because of the visa, all those things that they had to do. So we came up with the idea of streaming the conference, offering it to the countries that have a hard time coming to the USA.
Wow.
So they're going to, take part in that. And so that way they don't feel like they're missing the education that most people have here in the USA or come to this conference. But yeah, so that's what we're having. And then it's a 3 days full event. So it's packed of training and knowledge that they're going to get from these trainers that we invited or the speakers that we invited. So it's something that cannot be missed.
Absolutely. So I am so honored to be a part of this event, and the masters at this conference, you guys, have taught in more than 17 countries and 39 cities around the world. So if you're going to this event, you know that you're going to get the best of the best, like all in one event.
Yeah.
In Vegas. Duh. And let's talk about the certifications.
Certifications. So for the conference, we give out a certification of attendance. And so a lot of the PMU artists that will be joining us at this conference, they actually able to provide the certificates that they'll receive at our conference to their insurance company. Many insurance companies now are asking for your continuing ed if you are a instructor or wanting to teach. And so they wanted to make sure that you're keeping up to date about the industry, and if you really have that amount of knowledge or playing in the PMU industry, as we know what's going on. There's just a bunch of things that are being I just kind of get lost in translation and so forth. And so insurance companies now are requiring those things in order to insure you as a teacher.
That's important.
Yeah, and then it's added services too if you're already in the industry. And so how we design a conference, we make sure that our speakers would perform live models, and then it's a full, we don't cut them, we don't rush them, and so you really fully will see and get to see their techniques in the full scope of what they do. So.
That's really important. Yeah. And thank you for mentioning how insurance companies do like this, because I think that that's a concern for most people. It's like, okay, the certificate's going to hold up. But yeah, that really helps back your game as far as insurance is concerned, that you are, that you are investing in your continuing education, which I truly believe in. So I'm just going to rattle off the list of all of the amazing things that this conference has to offer. You are going to get 11 certificates of attendance that cover everything. You will see 8 live demonstrations to learn exactly how these masters do their technique. And there's a championship for attendees with a $2,000 cash prize and a trophy. People love trophies.
Oh, we haven't added on there.
And money.
Yes. No, we haven't added on there. We actually adding a PMU machine.
What?
So for
those things are expensive.
They are. And so, and these are the brand, names in the industry.
Name brand PMU machine.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So we're excited to announce it.
Couple $1,000 and level up your game. And we have a lot of masters who are going to be working here. Myself, Lindsay Ta of Microblading LA, who I am colleagues with, and I'm a huge fan of, Girl Power all the way, and PMU Advertising, IO, will teach you how to market yourself. So there's marketing knowledge as well, so that you can get more clients. And 3 of us combined have multi-million dollars in sales over the last 12 months. So I think that's really important to note, that the people that you will be taking marketing advice from are people who actually have proof, have social proof, have financial proof that, we're not just blowing like hot air or anything like that. So this conference, I really believe, has a lot of amazing permanent makeup techniques and business knowledge combined all in one event, and it's in Vegas.
Yeah, because I think that what we need to understand and to take advantage of including these things, the topics that you were just mentioning, that need to be included in the conference that we see out there, is because this is a beauty industry that many are not really business savvy, and so having someone that lived it and showing everyone that you're able to do this and being successful in this industry and how you did it, and being there and kind of just sharing your story and then guiding them how to get to that point. It's so important. So you're not just learning the technique, but you're learning how to change or adjust things in your business so that you can grow your business and then make it successful as you did and as Lindsay did. So yeah, it's really important to listen to those things, invest in being there.
Awesome. I totally agree. So now, without further ado, we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of this conversation, and we are going to tell you the top 10 things you must. I was like playing around with those terms because I was like, which one's better? But need must to grow your permanent makeup business so you can cut through the fat and just spend your money on these things without having to get all confused, like, what do I spend it on? Okay, so number 1, Portia, take it away, homegirl.
So what we were talking about earlier, what I've experienced and how I was able to grow my business and my experience and what I know and what I'm doing, I invested in continuous education. I made sure that I took classes from reputable teachers and conferences, and to really see, be really plugged into this industry, because what happens is if you don't, you just kind of get lost, in this industry. And it's such a fast pace that you kind of have to really keep up with it and make sure that you're up to date with the trainings and what's going on in this industry. You don't know what's new and all those things, and then your clients are coming into you asking you with these things that they've heard, and then you don't know about it. It kind of showing them, you're limited to what you know.
Yeah, you guys don't want to say, I've never heard of that.
Yes.
Don't say that. That's why you have to attend. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to mention. We have a special discount for you guys who want to attend the Vegas PMU conference.
Oh, yeah.
Save $850 if you use the code, what is it? PRP
34.
Okay, that's what I said. That's what I thought. PRP 34. 1-800-808. Okay, it's so easy, right? PRP, like pretty rich podcast, and then 34. And the reason why it's 34 is because this deal ends on March 4th. $850 for your ticket. You can get the basic level, which is $2,000, correct?
I think so. I'd say go to the website, vegaspmuconference.com, and then all the pricing list is on there on different packages. And then you just use the coupon code that Sheila just mentioned, and then that takes off the $850 total, from the total cost of the package that you're choosing. So
I will be there, and let me know if you will be there too. And I'm having a private party the night before. Let me know. Maybe I'll sneak you in.
You can't stream the conference if you're in the US. It's only available in the countries that I think that we picked and choose which country that we're opening the streaming. So, but not in the US and not in Canada.
Good question. And I didn't think they would be that simple.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I was like, there's no way. They missed that. They didn't miss that. Besides, you guys, like really being there in person, you just level up on a different level. And I'm going to talk about that, which brings me to the second thing that I definitely think you should be investing in, which is I made a mistake in not investing in this sooner. And had I done it, I would have made more money. The second thing I definitely think you guys should be investing in is relationships. Does not make sense. Networking opportunities. Okay. Like your net worth, it's true, is only as good as your network. Every single time I've spent money on making friends. And here's the thing, like this is a very exclusive, this is a very niche market. Like not everybody you know is tattooing faces for a living. Every single time I've met another permanent makeup artist and I've gotten close to them, I've made more money. And that is proven every single time. I've networked with somebody who had a different technique and they showed me what they're doing. And even just like witnessing people in person. And I gotta say, like being at an event, at a networking opportunity where it is live is so different than watching a YouTube video. It's so different. It transforms you on a cellular level. When you make connections, and this is why I held a champagne social a week ago. When you make connections, when you hug people, when you bump elbows with them, you make allies. And this event, I swear, is going to be full of that. And you guys will realize how alive this industry is and how welcoming these people are. When you have a network of women or men, that's mostly women. Come on, give me a break. That you can turn to, you have a tribe. And the people are that you surround yourself with. Let's say you have a friend who's doing a little bit better than you. They're going to give you tips on how to do better too. So I can't say enough about tribe. I can't say enough about paying for events that really bring you closer, like face to face with the people in this industry. It is 1,000% worth it. And that's why I think you guys should join us in this event. Vegas, PMUconference.com. And the discount code is PRP34.
And you know, I wanted to add to that how important that is. And I noticed that from attending to, you know, several conferences that I've gone, how important it is to have that connection with trainers and speakers and so we designed a VIP package to cater to that.
Okay.
To get really, you know, have a chance to be with the speakers and trainers and get to talk to them more and pick their brains and, you know, eating with them at lunch. And so we're having a plated, you know, so we'll just get treated as VIP basically with the rest of the trainers. So we've designed that package specifically to make sure that they take advantage of the trainers being there and having to connect with them, because that will help you connect those dots that you're missing, you know, along your journey with your career. So
absolutely. So I always invest in VIP.
It's great.
I do. Like, yeah. You're gonna go for it. Go for it. Okay? And be the type of girl that says, I will figure it out. I really believe that's a big deal. All right, Portia, number 3.
Yeah. So I was just talking about, we were talking about earlier about advertising. And so I think we touched based on that, right? And making sure with the conference, this specific conference, we include the advertising part, because we know that a lot of the beauty business women that in this industry need help with their advertising. So we'll make sure that that's given into in our conference this May. And then your number 3 is take great pictures of before and after. It's your advertising. I mean, you use those photos to post on your social media, at the angle, the lighting, and all those things now that the consumers are getting really smart on who they choose. And so they look back in your history of your Instagram, whatever it may be.
Please don't look back. Please don't look back.
They do look down and see how long how all the pictures are, what they see, because whatever catches the eyes is basically that's what stops them from learning more about you or scheduling an appointment with you. So whatever it is that you need, your phone, lighting, you need to invest in it to make sure that you get a great picture. So to use for your advertising.
With that said, I have an online course, Pics That Sell. Go to sheilabella.com/Pics That Sell. It's a tutorial on how to take great permanent makeup pictures. Check it out. But that's not the point. But you really should, because I'm really sick of your dark permanent makeup photos out there. I've said it before. It's really disturbing. Like, come on.
Yeah. Angle. Like sometimes, like coming in from this direction, all you're seeing is just one part of the brow. So yeah, just
or the worst part of the face.
Exactly.
This part, the worst part. And some of you are taking it from this angle. and it's really dark, so it looks like this.
Yeah, you're covering the light with your phone. I mean, it happens.
So Pics That Sell is a course I offer, sheilabella.com/Pics That Sell. It's it also tells you how to watermark stuff, because Lord knows my photos have been stolen, and and mine are watermarked. What more yours that are not?
That's insane.
It says sheilabella.com.
Oh my goodness.
It's on someone else's website.
Oh my goodness.
You just have to laugh, right?
No, it happens. It really, we have one of my student, her photos were stolen by another artist in town. She blocked, blocked her on Instagram, so that way she doesn't see what she's seeing. So until a client calls her and says, "Hey, I've been trying to look for you because I have a problem with your work." And so she's like, "No, I didn't work on you." "Well, I saw your pictures." And so she took a picture of the page, sent it to her. Then that's how we just found out that she's been using her photos and been advertising her work. And it's insane. Yeah. So that's a good class to learn.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. If that's you, don't do that.
No.
You know what? I have to say, shout out to clients, okay? Because clients are the best at this. They are the best detectives. Every time I found that somebody's stolen my pictures, it's always been through a client. So, yeah, I'm like, I don't have, what I mean? So that's hilarious. Okay, the next thing that I believe wholehearted that you should definitely invest in is a mentor. The mentor. It's in the Bible too. If you like a little sprinkle of Jesus. I don't know. I think it's in Ecclesiastes, but he says like Jesus, somebody, one of the disciples or Jesus says, "Get wisdom at all costs. Get it at all costs." Okay, somebody whose business you resonate with. And I'm a mentor. I am a PMU business mentor, but I'm not even saying me, okay, you guys? If you don't resonate with my business and how I run it and everything, like, it's then cool. But I really, really suggest that you get mentored by somebody who has been in your shoes before, whose business you resonate with, somebody that you want to model yourself after. If it's me, great. But if it's not, that's okay too. But the point is, you should have some sort of guidance from somebody whose business you see yourself having. And I totally believe that collaboration is the new shortcut. It is. That's just like how you get from A to B a lot faster. And, you know, having built $1 million beauty business within 3 years, I had to say that doing it cost a lot of money, and there's no such thing as a cheap leader.
No.
I'm going to stand by that.
Yes. No.
Do you resonate with that, Portia?
Yeah.
It's expensive, right?
Yeah, no, it is. You can't just say, hey, I've taken this course and you think everything will just be fine from then on. No, there's a lot to invest your time, effort. Those are, you know, more than money, right? Our time.
Yes.
It costs a lot.
Absolutely. So yeah, invest in a mentor. And I really don't care who it is. I just want you guys to feel as good as I do. Really, really, truly, like, I don't care who it is, but like, get some guidance. It'll really help you get there faster, and it'll help you get rid of a lot of anxiety that you might be having right now. Okay, number 5. I think it's advertising, Portia, right?
No, it's your physical fitness and mental.
Oh, I think it's switch. That one is 6. 5 is advertising. Because we went into it in 3, and now it's 5.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I'd say know how to put price on your work.
Know how to put a price on your work.
Yeah. A lot of times they just don't know. They're afraid to. They're afraid to like put price on their work, whether it needs to be up or it needs to be low. And so you need to know your demographic. You need to know your location, whether you're, you know, being realistic of your approach in pricing your work.
Yes, absolutely.
Because there's a lot of artists that would ask my husband with a PMU Advertising about, will suggest what would be best in, you know, pricing their product or their services. And then some of them would not agree, and that's fine. You know, that's what they're comfortable with. But the problem is they come back and says, I'm not booked. I'm not booking, you know? And so you have to be realistic on the demographic that you're in, where your salon is, people that are looking to get work done, and then places that you could actually set a price no matter what. And so you just need to know all those things. So it takes time to even do research and trials. So you could try a few things in pricing to see which one works. And then if it's not working, then don't get too emotionally attached to that number. See what works that brings you a client.
Yeah, I agree. And pricing comes down to marketing and value. Yeah. So it's the value that you present yourself as, and also marketing. So it's the combination of those two things, I truly believe. And it is different for everybody. I charge $1,500 for brows, but that's due to my experience, expertise, and location. But it might not be that way for you, and that's totally okay. Don't be charging $1,500. Okay, if you're in like Idaho, and it's and your nearest neighbor is 25 miles away. Don't be doing that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So yeah, it takes some intelligence, some emotional intelligence, I think, some EQ to figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
So the other thing is, this one's mine. This is gonna be weird for some of you, but I swear by it. I truly believe that you should all invest in your physical fitness as well as your mental wellness. I would invest in whatever. Personal trainer, okay, a gym, it doesn't matter. You can go to YMCA, or like, I think Crunch is like $8 now in some areas, or Planet
Crunches.
It's really Crunch. Yeah, I'm like, what? $8? Or anyway, but I have always I had a personal trainer for a very long time, and now I invest in like group classes, group training sessions, and I've always had a therapist. always had a therapist, and I go rain or shine. Okay, whether it's sunny out or it's boring. And here's the thing, you guys, and I'm going to keep it super real. If you want your business to grow, then you have to grow first, because you are your business. You are the freaking business. So, I mean, I might be biased, but I really don't think so, because I really feel like business success or financial success is directly correlated to your physical success. It's the steps, the road to success is very similar. It's whether it's a business coach you have or a fitness coach that you have, the regimen is there and success is available for anybody who sticks to it. If I could control your body and say, this is what you do at 6 a.m., this is what you do at 7 a.m., and this is what I do when I'm a business coach. I just give you the steps. But it's the same thing with a trainer. They will take you through the actionable steps of how to create a successful business. And I believe investing in your physical fitness and also your mental wellness will creep into all the other areas of your life, including your business in general. And I'm just a firm believer in the fact that making a lot of money is more about your self-love, your mental awareness, or your mental wellness, and your self-value more than anything else. So in business coaching, actually, that's the first step. We talk about your self-love and how much you value yourself. And because if you value yourself, you will make sure that you get the best of everything and you will treat yourself as such. So keeping your temple, your mind, your body, and your spirit at its best, operating at its sharpest, is by far to me the best investment you can make in your business. And this is something that I really pride myself on, and really putting myself first. You will just show up differently. You will. If you're well, you will show up differently. You know, I show up to work at like 10 a.m., right? After I do all the things that I need to do for my body, for my spiritual wellness, and for my mental awareness. And when I show up at 10 a.m., I've already done me. I'm complete. I show up so good. But if I'm just like, you know, like a cluster F in my head, and I just like come in at 10 a.m., then I'm going to show up that way. So it's really important, you know, in many ways, especially if you're a leader and you have a lot of stress and pressure, to put yourself first, and to self-care is a great investment. I take 22 supplements a day. I'm not kidding.
22.
If you guys look at me on IG stories, which I do daily, you'll see it. But that's another podcast episode. Anyways. Okay. Go ahead. What's your next tip?
Let's see. Learn how to take care of your existing client. They are your referral, base, and they would love you, and they would just, it's an ending referrals that they'll send to to your way. So I'd like to make sure that my existing clients are taken care of in that way, and they feel, special, because that's one way for me to get their trust, and it's already, you've gained their trust by scheduling the appointment with you. And so you just need to nurture that and take care of that, because then there's a few more services, and that's another part that kind of tied into investing into your education. And so, and then another services that they will book with you, like, for example, my eyeliner and lips after their brows, because they just love what you did on their brows. And so, and they'll send their families or friends, or their neighbors, their coworkers. And so it's just an unending referrals. And so,
yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Take care of your existing.
I think your existing clients are also part of your network. And if I could give you guys a little tip, a little free tip for those of you who are hanging out for this podcast, like for my existing clients, I have a funnel for them. I make sure that after they leave, I send them a text message giving them a coupon, a referral coupon that's digital that expires in like 3 days to give to any of their friends and family. Because that's usually the time right after they got their eyebrows done that they're talking about it a lot. And they're probably talking to their friends. And that's the time where they're really probably going to, hold on. It's my husband. We are live and I can't talk to you right now, Will. Okay. And that's probably the time, right, when they're getting their brows done that they're going to tell all their friends about it. Like, oh my gosh, I just got my eyebrows microbladed and blah, 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 blah. But if you send them a digital referral coupon afterwards for every one that they talk to about and they refer you to, because that's typically prime time where they're talking about you a lot, they send you a referral coupon with a deadline. Don't you think that's going to convert into a sale? Yes, it will. That was free. You're welcome. Okay. Especially if you have a great experience. Okay. I believe the last one is hire an assistant. This is something that you guys are like, no.
Yep.
You know what? I coach a lot of you, and a lot of you are not aware of your books. You are not aware of your books. You don't even realize that you can hire one if you just tweak a couple of things. Because if you multiply yourself, you're going to make more money, especially if you know what to tell that assistant to do. And that's something I teach in my course. But this is something that you guys can start implementing even this week. First of all, be aware of your money and see if you can afford an assistant. And if you're asking me for my advice right now, for those of you who already have people on low-hanging fruit, if you're asking me like, Sheila, like what are the things that I can do that's easy, that's going to make me money now? And it is getting rid of the convenient hires, AKA the pity hires. And I know you guys have this, some of you, and I know it's sad, but seriously, you are only as strong as the weakest member of your team. And if you're hiring based on pity, there's not a reason to keep somebody on payroll, because you are just keeping that person from really utilizing their actual strengths, and perhaps they might be better suited for another job that you're holding them back from, and you're preventing them from being utilized in ways they're actually gifted in. So think of it that way. You guys, if you have a pity hire on your team right now, I'm talking to you. If you had a convenient hire on your team right now, I'm talking to you. You got to hire performance-based, not because she likes the same color as you and you guys have fun on the weekend. It is preventing you from growing your business and making more money. All right. Okay. Yeah. Your team is an extension of your voice. So make sure they are actually extending your voice. And I know we have very limited time, so we're going to close very soon. Last question for Portia, our guest. What is your advice in living a pretty rich life?
Oh man. Well, from what I've mentioned earlier, we're just talking about business, right?
Yeah.
But I agree with just keeping it balanced. So want to make sure that you are responsible in taking care and growing your business, but then being responsible in taking care of your health and your family and everything else outside of work.
Yeah.
So I limit myself to even how many days I work, making sure that I do have, other responsibilities outside of work. So I'm making sure that that's taken care of as well. So if something it's off, then I need to revisit and make sure that I stay balanced.
That's a really good advice. And being balanced is very difficult.
It is. Yeah.
I'm going to do a whole podcast on that, how that's not actually possible, but I think trying is important. You're right. Trying is important. But like perfect, I'm going to do 25% mommy life, 25% business and 25% be a wife and 25% be a friend. Like, no. It won't be perfect, but obviously aiming for it would be beneficial. And it's a challenge. It's a question I get all the time. Like, how do you, what do you do?
And it's experiment. You kind of have to see what works, and, you know, things that might work for me might not work out for you, right? And we both have different lifestyle. Like, you have kids and we don't have kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you have, your time is much more needed at home, and I only have a husband, and so
husbands depends who, but sometimes they require more.
Yeah, no, Aya's great. He's actually,
he seems really great. He seems really great. Yeah. By the way, you guys, for those of you other leaders that might be wondering what my experience has been, and I feel like this is a really good compliment. My experience has been dealing with Portia and her husband Ayo in the whole organization of the Vegas PMU conference. They have been so professional, super professional, super lovely to me, and very prompt. So that's such a compliment to you, I think, because I get invited to speak all the time. And the way you guys handle things and your technology is very up to date. Okay. It's very awesome. Yeah. And you know what? The communication is very, it's intact. It's intact. So for all of you other leaders, permanent makeup leaders out there who might be watching or listening, my experience thus far has been very positive and very prompt. And yeah, I endorse them for everything I've experienced thus far. Yeah. I love you guys.
He works so hard. He works like, I don't know how many hours. So
he's very precise too, and that's really great for an event. Like, it's crazy, and like I'm expecting something insanely similar at the actual event itself, based on my correspondence with you guys. So it's really awesome. Yeah, they're just like fun. Yes. Okay, great. But I'll let you guys know. Okay. Last question, because I know you need to go. How can we find you? How can we work with you? How can we mesh?
Yeah. So now I stepped back from teaching. I just am focusing on hosting classes. So hopefully you'll be here in Vegas and I'll be hosting.
Great. What do you teach exactly?
I used to teach microblading, and then I stepped away from that. I have my girl that I mentored since she was 18.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, she does amazing work. She works with me, and so now she's taking over the teaching part. And so I'm just guiding her, teaching the microblading, but I'm focusing more on hosting classes and then apprenticeship, because here in Las Vegas, you have to finish 6 months apprenticeship in order to get your license. And so, but yeah, you can find me on Instagram, iShapeBrows, and
with an I, with a literal I,
like an iPhone, iPhone. Yeah, hey, yeah. So iShapeBrows, and we again, this is our third PMU conference. We don't know when our next one will be. We always say, hey, this is going to be the last one, but you never know. We'll just keep watching it. Our Instagram, I guess.
I would love to see you guys there. Thank you so much, Portia, for the time that you
spent. Thank you.
Yes.
My pleasure.
And for those of you guys who are watching on live, you can get the audio of this, and you can also subscribe to Pretty Rich Podcast. We are on iTunes and Spotify, and there's a lot of free resources out there for specifically the permanent makeup and beauty industry. Like I try to give a lot of value. And seriously, even if I'm not your mentor, there's so many actionable things that you can get from listening to this podcast. And I make it a point to make sure that each and every episode is going to bless my audience. And you can find me at Real Sheila Bella on Instagram. But I just want to thank you so much for your time. And I know this is a little nerve-wracking for you.
She has to kind of twist my arms to
I was like, come on.
Yeah, you're great. Yeah, you make everyone feel comfortable.
Oh, good.
And yeah, so thank you.
I hope this isn't your last interview here. Because I really do respect what you've built. You guys, like, do you guys have a conference? Like, no, and neither do I. So like, yeah, props to you and IO for being a power couple in this and for providing us with this event and such an incredible resource, because I just know you guys are going to level up and I can't wait to meet you all there. Again, the code to save $850 is PRP34. And it ends on March 4th. So if you're listening to this podcast and it's like 2 weeks out, sorry, there's a new code. It'll be on my Instagram. Sorry.
And it'll be less too. Yeah.
And it'll be less. You don't want that. Come on. Come on. Book it now.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you again. I feel honored to be in your podcast, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming on here and contributing your experience.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, you guys, bye Instagram. I'll see you around. We're going to end the live video. And everyone on Facebook, if you enjoyed this, or if there's anything that I've done in the past or anything that I've said in the past in this podcast or in any of my videos that has helped you, that you've taken a different route on because of something I encourage you to do, please let me know. And if there's something in this podcast that you felt like was super valuable, I encourage you to share. And follow Portia at iShapeBrows and me at Real Sheila Bella on the gram. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye. Bye.